Hello everyone, how you doing? It's Jordan here, back again with another review, this time of Tasomachi Behind the Twilight. Now this game is going to be available worldwide on the eShop, but physically it's only available in Japan, so we're going to see if it's worth an import or not. But before we get into it, just remember that once we get to 100,000 subscribers, we're giving away a Nintendo Switch OLED model to one of you. So if you're new here, just click that subscribe button and you might win an OLED Switch. Alright, Tasomachi. When I first saw this announced for the Switch, it instantly caught my eye. The trailer looked great, nice art style, chill atmosphere, a bit of mystery about it, and import exclusive always helps in my favor too. So what is it? Well, this is an indie collectathon platformer. In this magical world, your airship breaks down and you land in some funky, misty place. As you explore the town for repair parts, you'll also collect lanterns, enter puzzle shrines, and make the mist go away, bringing life back to the handful of locations you'll visit. There are 3 large environments explorable on foot that contain countless amounts of sources of the earth, which are the main item that you'll be wanting to pick up. Early on, you'll be spending your time between these misty towns and the sanctuaries, which are basically challenge rooms. If you do those challenge rooms, the mist will disappear from the town and open up more options. The townsfolk, little rat cats like thingy something, I don't know what they are, they'll pop out and offer more sources of the earth to pick up, although I'm just going to call them lanterns from now on because they look like lanterns, and sources of the earth is a bit of a mouthful. So there's 250 of these lanterns to collect in this game, but you only need 150 to see the end credits. I mean, if you're gonna do a job, you might as well half-arse it. That's my philosophy on life, if you've watched enough of my videos. Half-arsed all the way. These 3 largest town areas will be visited by yourself over and over again as you gradually get your hands on more and more abilities, such as a double jump, a dash, and much later on some airship hijinks. More townspeople will be out to offer more and more challenges the further you progress, which sounds fantastic. And I'm going to sound massively contradictory right now, but because of some weird fault in the laws of science, while Tasomachi starts strongly, I don't feel it grows enough over its runtime. Like I said, they're small developments, but it never reaches a climax, which, according to my wife, is supposed to be a negative thing. I don't know, she keeps going on about it. Don't know what she means really. It's just incredibly pedestrian all the way. Never wowing, always been highly predictable and surprisingly repetitive. So yeah, while it definitely shows some potential, it doesn't take the necessary steps that greater games would. Now, not every game needs to escalate into greatness, but there was an essence of fatigue setting in when I pretty much knew that this game wasn't really going anywhere. You just walk around picking up lanterns. That is it. Some take a bit of skill, some are tricky to work out how to get, but the chances are, if you see one and are completely stumped about how to get it, you probably just haven't gotten far enough to get the ability which you need for it. It's a bit of a cock tease at times. I spent about 20 minutes on one of them, only to realize later it was easy to get once I got the dash. Now, don't get me wrong, I think some people will settle into this one finally. It is a game without consequence. There are no enemies, you can't die, there's no pressure, no one's screaming at you to find the goddamn lanterns. I mean, so what if the mist consumes us? You know, take your time, have a seat, take in the view, have a tuna sandwich. Whatever, no rush. We're just happy you're trying. This is most certainly a game to relax to, as long as you expect to not have any adrenaline pumped into you. And those that stick with it will mostly enjoy the end game, since once you have every ability you can get, you can still have around 100 lanterns to pick up, many of which you couldn't get beforehand. There's also money to get costumes and furniture for a base kind of thingy, which, I'll be honest, I didn't really look into. But there is plenty to do in the end game. I didn't do everything, obviously, because I'm not made of time, but I would guess around 10 hours to collect everything. I can imagine some being pretty tricky to track down. So while this won't be for everyone, it's not a bad game, but there is something that does bring it down from being a good game though, and I'm pretty sure you've all seen what it is already. It does not look or run the best on the Switch. As you'll have seen, I've labelled both docked and handheld footage, and it's rough in both, but it's particularly bad in handheld mode. Docked mode isn't too bad, but that's only in comparison, and obviously, the handheld mode looks pretty bad when blown up on the big screen, but does work a little bit better on the Switcher screen. But The performance is bad all round. It's jerky and really could do with a patch. It's not game breaking, but it's certainly immersion breaking, and Playism told me that there's gonna be a patch after launch, so fingers crossed it smooths it out a bit. I'm not expecting it to be fully cured, but hopefully they can tweak it a little bit. Now this game is available digitally for a decent price, $20 in the US, £15 in the UK, and almost 17 euros. That's not too bad. You get about 4 to 5 hours for a standard completion, but I think you will take a good while longer to 100% it with all the goodies to buy, fill your house and stuff like that. Like I said, maybe around 10 hours in total, depends on how much of a clever bugger you are. If you want it physically, then unfortunately you'll have to get a plane to Japan. Or click the link in the description and Play Asia. They'll send it to you. They'll send it to you. What a world. Yes, this is available physically in Japan with no plans for a Western physical, according to my contact at Playism. The Japanese physical release has some absolutely stunning box art. That's how you sell your game to me, whether it's good or not. And of course, it does play in English. So yeah, if you want a proper copy you can own forever or retain value to sell on later, then check the links in the description. That's where you can import it and support us at the same time. Thanks ever so much. And in return for clicking our link, you can also get a very solid 5% off with our current discount code Jordan while checking out any physical item. Jordan for 5% off when checking out. Just remember to click our link first, as that is the best way to support us. Now this code won't be around forever, it will go sometime in the middle of the summer, so if you're watching this in the future, then check out our latest Let's Get Physical video every Monday, where I'll always keep you updated on the latest codes. Subscribe. Overall, aside from the visual and performance issues, there's not a whole lot wrong with Tasomachi. It just doesn't go for the jugular in terms of kicking on after the initial opening. It does try, but it's never anything other than a pedestrian collectathon. Don't get me wrong, I did enjoy playing it and it is a great game to chill out to for a few hours, but the predictability after just a couple of those may very well make a good few of you fall off the game, just like me falling off the many buildings here. This won't be a big problem for those who just want to sit back and pick up and grab everything, especially with the end game that it provides. If it wasn't for those performance issues, it would be a decent solid 7 out of 10, but I'm dropping it down to a 6.5 for the time being. Hopefully the patch sorts it out. And there we have it guys, a rather quick review of Tasomachi Behind the Twilight. Are you looking forward to it? Let me know in the comments. If you want to pick it up physically, then consider using the links below and you can support us at the same time. Big up to our executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Risen, Boombox, Brent McLean, Jonathan Rumor, Santa Tartaruga, Alexander Cato, J Cross 7776, Elissa, Punkidusa, Cartoon Soren, Robotech Z, Raven Knight, Thorn Metal Luna, Parsnip Coffee, Issa, Vey, Mental Traveler, Grant Cert, Viz, and Jennifer H. Plus you, yeah, you watching right now. If you watched all the way through, then leave me a lantern emoji if you can find it. That's a challenge right there. And be sure to watch some of our other stuff, Bargains on Sunday, all the Switch physical releases every Monday with our latest discount code, and a bag of reviews for you to sample. See you over there. Have a good one.